Hello and welcome to week 6 in psychology seminar. And I know this has been a little bit of confusion because some people sometimes will align the chapters with weeks. And so for a while that was working. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, but then week 4 got split up into 2 weeks. So week 5 was still chapter 4. And now here we are in week 6. For the first half of chapter 5, and everything goes wacky after that point. So make sure that you key into the course timeline, which shows you which weeks we're covering what material. So here we are in week 6, and we're beginning chapter 5. Now, chapter 5 consists of work that will happen over week 6 and week 7. So Chapter 5 I titled the 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic. And I go over the reading of peer-reviewed literature, the professional writing style of APA style writing, and we have a little discussion on statistics. The assignments for this particular chapter include a discussion related to quantitative versus qualitative research. I want you to look up those terms in addition to the readings and see what you can kind of get your head wrapped around these two different areas. When I was in school, qualitative research was very downplayed. It existed, but it really didn't get published a lot. It was considered less than quantitative research. Qualitative research is in a resurgence right now, where we're looking at the kinds of methods that they use that don't necessarily involve statistics and statistical analyses, are filling in gaps of knowledge that we have when we've been relying solely on statistics. And when we rely solely on statistics, there are blind spots with that when we're always looking for things to be significantly important related to statistics, or they're statistically significant kinds of things. There are some repetitive sort of errors that come from just having that mindset. So it's really important for us to get our mind wrapped around both of these areas in which we collect information to make the field of psychology what it is today. The quiz the quiz is connected to the assignment. I'm having you find an article, and you're going to be doing a review of that article following the rubric that's in the course book. In the quiz, and it will also, of course, appear in the assignment, but in the quiz, I'm having you write out the APA citation, APA formatted citation. It is a specific format for telling me the author, date, name of the article, journal, information about the journal, all of those things that is covered in the APA style guide, which was also part of the requirements for in the books that you have to get for this class. Now, APA I designed this class because you're going into the field of psychology, so I require you to have that book. To purchase it, you are going to need it to do all the references that you're going to have to do in all the different classes that you have in front of you. So this is an important book to buy. And so make sure that my assumption is that you have that. You have that, and you have the Pinker book, and you have my course book. Rock and roll, that's the stuff that you need, right? So using that guide, make the reference look just like that. It is OCD-ness. It is detailed. Is it a comma or a period? Where's the parentheses? Which letters are capitalized? All of that. The way this quiz is going to go is you're gonna do that. You're going to avoid the double spacing and hanging indent. You can't replicate that inside of the quiz, but everything else, you're doing the reference. I will score you a 0 if there's anything wrong with it. Whether it's a period or whether it's completely offline, that's it. And I will give you feedback. We are going to go back and forth. It will be a 0 until it's perfect. This is a mastery method. So the more you dive into that manual, locate where they talk about the references for the type of article that you're referencing and how you do that, the specifics of how you write that out, and how you're going to write the references pages and the references for your entire psychological career, the better you'll be able to do that in the first or second try. So I'm going to be very, very picky. It's going to be a 0 until it's perfect. And however many times that takes. Now, if you decide I've had enough of this, you don't do it, well, it stays a 0. And then you don't get partial credit. This is all or none. So that's how that particular quiz is going to work. So there's a discussion and a quiz due this week. You will also see in Chapter 5 there's an assignment, and that is the article itself that you're referencing in the quiz. That article is the one you're going to do next week. And remember, it has to be a peer-reviewed journal article, a professional journal article. It's not in Psych Today. It's not a website. It's not, you're using EBSCO. You're using the librarians to help you find this. I gave you a whole list of like controversial topics to kind of get your head warmed up about just looking up anything. It can be anything you're interested in as long as it's psychology related. I will know when you start grading that quiz whether or not you've got a good question or not, whether you got a good article or not. I'm going to be grading those as they come in. I won't be waiting till the end. I'll be checking that every day to see if anybody's submitted it, and I will grade it. So you'll have that feedback right away, and you'll know that your article is the correct kind of article. The assignment is not due until next week, though. Don't quickly do this back and forth, because you need to make sure from me that that article is okay, that it's a peer-reviewed article in a peer-reviewed journal, and it's psychology related. You have to get, that's part of that quiz as well. Make sure you have a good article for this, and then you can do the assignment after that. So this is 2 weeks here. We have this week focusing on the quiz and the discussion, and next week focusing on the article. And that's it. So that will be the excitement that we're having this week. I look forward to the discussions on quantitative and qualitative work, and the dialogue between you and I regarding the citation, the APA citation, will be interesting as well. So I will see you in the discussions and the quiz this time. So take care and have a great week.